again.
Oh, yep. Good morning,
We're,
George.
we're here with Ian Riccaboni.
Riccaboni.
Hey.
One of our most popular podcast guests.
Hey, are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm in my home office with all my wrestling toys.
Are you wearing Zubas?
I am. I
You got Zubas on.
Zubas on. I got the new Ring of Honor windbreaker.
Of course.
So I'm geared. I got my Iron Pigs hat. If I'm gonna stay safe, I gotta have my toys and my ROH gear and my Zubas.
Yeah, I guess I can't really make fun of you for self-promoting. Like I didn't really plan that.
You're a walking brand. I'm surprised you don't have LV with LVWL tattooed underneath your eyes, like a teardrop tattoo.
That'd be good. So, for people who don't know, Ian is the announcer for Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah,
so,
it's wild because in my time with Ring of Honor, we've only ever canceled one event, and it was due to extreme snow in Asheville, North Carolina. And that
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was what, 2 inches in Nashville?
Right. I believe it was only about 3 or 4. So that was it was Asheville, and Asheville, not accustomed to getting a whole lot of snow, is about 3 hours north of Atlanta. So that area, that part of the country, not accustomed to that. But we canceled. We canceled 2 in Las Vegas last week. We canceled Lakeland, Florida in April. This is weird. We've canceled all of our events through May 31st. So it's really kind of a weird time. Even WWE's running these like empty arenas, and they're kind of doing it where there's like 3 or 4 people at a time, and that's it. So
yeah, that is weird to watch. Have you watched a couple of them?
Yeah, it's creepy, and they're gonna do WrestleMania like that.
Yeah, it's weird. But I think it's kind of, if they're safe, that's the big thing. If they're safe, then isn't it a good thing that, hey, we're going to provide some entertainment? Isn't it? They're doing what people need them to do if they're safe.
Right. And I am so torn. I am so torn on this because in Las Vegas, we had the opportunity. When I landed, it was Thursday morning after the NBA had shut down. And it was right as the NHL was trying to figure out if they wanted to shut down. The Major League Baseball, they still had spring training games going on that day, but then following that day, that was it. So I was kind of in the control center for Ring of Honor when we were trying to figure out, hey, do we do this event tomorrow? Do we do it, but do we have no people? We use those events and we splice them up, and we use them for our own television show that airs in 130 markets. So this was a decision that we had to make too, and it kind of came down to, we don't know if we're safe. And for us, that was the right call. At the time, there were so many unknowns, and there still is, about how coronavirus is transmitted and who has it and who doesn't. And there's still a lack of testing, which makes things even more complicated because you can experience no symptoms and have it. And so the decision was made for us that, okay, we'll try and record some personality pieces. We'll record some interviews, and then we'll bucket those and bracket those alongside previously recorded matches. But other than that, we don't know if we're safe, and we don't know how this is going to affect, our cameraman or our referee or our lighting guy. And we didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah, there's more people behind the scenes than you're watching wrestle, right?
That's it. I didn't even think about that, and you're right. That makes a lot of sense. And you are, yeah. I mean, that's why this is kind of, we last night tested with like a bunch of friends, like, hey, how many people can we fit in like one Zoom call? That was entertaining, and it didn't put anybody at risk. So yeah, maybe it is not a good idea to have people out there. I don't know. It just, nobody wants to be the place where there's like one outbreak. Can you imagine? Like,
yeah, it would be insane. And we're seeing this with independent wrestling now. There was an event last night with a well-meaning group in Phoenix, Arizona, and they did it with no fans, no audience. But one of the wrestlers said, hey, I have symptoms, got the test. And last night, this wrestler said he was positive for the virus. And so I apologize. The event, I think, was Thursday or Friday. He mentioned he had the results of the test last night. So, I mean, that right there, there was 25 wrestlers on that card. And those 25 wrestlers, the lifestyle of a wrestler is a lot like a touring musician, even on the lower levels where you're trying to drive from town to town, whether it be 50 miles or 100 miles, to get your next gig and to get your next work. And instead of a musician where they might just be the only person on stage with a guitar, and there might be a sound guy and you can social distance kind of, these wrestlers are in contact with everybody. The guys that set up the ring, the guys that set up the venues. So it's a really tricky situation. And you're right, George, like WWE, my fingers are crossed for them and for AEW, who's doing the same kind of thing right now, because they are, you know, they're playing with fire a little bit, and I hope everybody comes out okay.
Well, that's what the thing is. Like, I know everybody wants to do stuff, right? And, you know, like, well, we could probably do this, but I think we should just not do if you're saying it could probably work, don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, for like a month, let's all just shut it down, you know, not force the issue with, like, I'm sure people really like to see WW, like this.
You can play it on your PlayStation, Tyler. The same one you play golf on. You can also.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can. Well, we just talked to a guy who sponsored an iRacing team.
Yeah.
Now it's not racing, right? But it is. There's still a winner. That's the fastest.
It's racing. It's good.
You know.
Well, listen, we're up against it. I like saying that now. I heard people say that on radio. Like, so they're like, "Hey, we're up against it." So that means we got to wrap it up. Ian, how can people talk to you? How can they reach out to you?
Yeah, at Ian Riccaboni, IANRICCABONI, Twitter, Facebook, etc. There's a lot of ways you can continue to support wrestling, though, even if you're not going to live events. You can still buy merchandise. You can still subscribe to things like Honor Club, ROHHonorClub.com. Our entire back catalog is going to be up soon, and that's one of the kind of silver linings of this. From 2002 to present, Ring of Honor has been touring all over the country, and we're using this time in isolation and in social distancing to actually upload our entire history, which is, I think, like 1,100 events. So over the next couple of weeks, that's one of the silver linings of this. So, and to Tyler's point, to your point, George, I've been a dad, and for the last couple of years, since 2016, I completely forgot that there was like the home run derby, the slam dunk contest. A lot of organizations like MLB, NBA, they're rerunning these slam dunk contests.
Yeah, it's been fun to see. I saw the McDonald's All-American game with LeBron James. I felt like I was in high school again.
That's fun.
And it's cool because a lot of this stuff is like new to me, or at least new again. So, there's plenty of things to do to stay safe.
Right.
All right, well, you stay safe too, and
we'll see you soon, Ian.
Yeah,
take it easy. We'll hang out. We got to hang out soon.
Sounds good. I'll be playing with my wrestling toys back here.
Nice. All right, enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you, buddy.
Thank you guys.